The year is 2012. We left 2011 with Harry Potter ending, but Game of Thrones premiering. Google Plus was a thing for some reason.
Yeah!
And I was still very much into Dragon Ball. So yeah, I'm back recollecting all the significant stuff that happened within the Dragon Ball community during 2012. I've done a video already on 2010 and 2011. If you haven't already, check that out. Also, shout out to March 14th, the day that crabs fries. What does that even mean? For mentioning the existence of the Imma channels. Although they did exist before 2010, I do remember they were popping off in my recommendations around that time. Also, shout out to Imma Portuguese Vegeta, aka the best Vegeta.
Tens que o fazer pelo teu pai e por todos nós.
Now, let's continue on with the video. Kicking off the year on January 1st, which is my birthday, Dragon Ball Z Kai has reached the defeat of Cell, meaning that there's one episode left. Also around this time, or even during 2011, there was this persistent rumor going around that a new Dragon Ball series is coming out called Dragon Ball Hoshi. Yeah, we know that this thing doesn't even exist, but the misinformation came from people uploading animated scenes from Ultimate Tenkaichi and Dragon Ball Heroes. They would use One Piece music or something else over it, literally just for views. On top of all of that, YouTube came out with this function to enable certain comments, so whenever people tried to comment the truth about these videos, the uploader would just delete those comments. Also in the same month, Dragon Ball Z Abridged is on episode 27, ending with Goku finally meeting Frieza.
So are you that Freezer guy?
I am Lord Frieza, yes.
Awesome! I'ma deck you in the schnoz.
And on April 15th, Takahana 101 got to meet Chris Sabat, so TFS's Nappa got to interact with the official English Vegeta.
Gina, what does the scouter say about his power level?
Yeah!
Towards the end of April, Rhymestyle makes his first ever Dragon Ball video, and he was discussing about the rumors about Bandai making a Budokai and Budokai Tenkaichi HD Collection, because at around this time, the gaming industry really loved re-releasing games on high definition.
What is going on, everybody? Dino Rhymestyle here, and I want to share some incredible information with you that I just found out literally 3 seconds ago.
On May 8th, animator Bokudama, I can't even pronounce it to be honest, sorry about that. Well, they created a flash animation of the Dragon Ball Multiverse fan manga. It's pretty cool, and he has improved in quality since then. 10 days later, there was this rumor going around that a sequel to Budokai Tenkaichi 3 / Sparking Meteor would be coming out. It would be called Sparking Omega in Japan and Budokai Tenkaichi 4 over here. Obviously now you can tell this was just fake, especially Sparking Zero coming out this year. But hey, I just wanted to let you know, this is what we had to suffer through back then. Around that same time, Chaospunishment uploaded a compilation of super move swaps on Ultimate Tenkaichi. I recall that he was the first one to do these super swaps, but it was amazing at the time because we had never seen anything like that since the Budokai games. On June 1st, KSI and his brother Deji played Dragon Ball Z Burst Limit. I'm only including this video because of this part.
My full perfect form!
That's not your...
My perfect form!
That's not your perfect
This is
form.
my perfect form!
That's not your perfect
my
form.
perfect form! I'm at my perfect form!
Dej,
You got my perfect form!
Shut up!
My perfect form!
I'm going to smack you in the face!
My perfect form!
Shut up with the perfect shit!
My ultimate perfect form!
From June 17th to 26th, Team 4-Star have finished their 3-part finale for the Frieza arc, marking episode 30 as one of their most viewed videos. In September, it was revealed that Raging Blast 2 was re-released but with the Budokai Tenkaichi 2 soundtrack. This was because the original music composer Kenji Yamamoto was fired the previous year for infringing on other music artists. I won't play the examples here because of copyright reasons, but it is disappointing. I think Tenkaichi 2's soundtrack is the best out of the trilogy, but this would have an impact on the other official media. Moving on, Toyotaro was hired on to make the Dragon Ball Heroes Victory Mission manga. It was really a promotional media for the arcade game and it didn't have much of a story, and it's cool to see that the person who made the Dragon Ball AF Dojin go on to work on an official product, and we know where that led to. Just a few days after, we got a teaser of the announcement of a new Dragon Ball movie to come, with Toriyama coming back to work. And just when you think Dragon Ball is back, we got Dragon Ball Z for the Kinect.
Become a Super Saiyan.
What did he say?
It reused assets from the Ultimate Tenkaichi, and the biggest selling point was that the episode of Bardock anime can be watched through it, meaning that this is the only official way of viewing it in the West. By the way, I need to make a correction on the 2011 video. I mentioned that the manga came out last year, but I was under an impression that the anime was released this year. But Google was giving me the Western release date, which is the release date for this game. Yeah, sorry, I'll try to be more careful about that for future videos. Also, Super Saiyan Bardock is playable, but getting the Kinect to scan the QR code to unlock him was a whole other task of its own. On October 16th, Bandai announces a pre-order bonus on Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 3 to play as Naruto in Goku's costume. The cool thing was that his Rasengan is posed like a Kamehameha. I wasn't a big Naruto head at the time, but I knew I was gonna buy it. A month later, we got the Budokai HD Collection. Sadly, that Tenkaichi HD Collection never came to be, and it's even more sad the game didn't even come with Budokai 2, and the soundtrack was all replaced because Yamamoto worked on the originals. Not to mention that the EU version didn't have an English dub for Budokai 1. So this is what it was originally like.
Don't you see, Kakarot? You don't have a chance against me!
Whoa, what enormous energy! He sure is big. This'll be tough for sure, but I'm ready for him. I'll just have to give him everything I've got! You big ape!
And this is what the EU got.
どうだカカロット、これで貴様はもう終わりだ。なんてでけえきだ。多分オラの木を全部付け果たさねえと勝ち目がねえ。オラの木全部と地球の元気玉を食らわしてやる。
Lastly, on December 1st, YouTuber Melavelli released the first episode of Dragon Ball Absalon. It's a fan-made continuation from Dragon Ball GT, and it got a lot of attention. And I would argue that it platformed and showcased the quality range of animation when creators go independent. Not to mention, these were the early days of when online videos were rivaling mainstream media. And that is it. Those are all the things that I can recall from 2012. I'm sorry for taking a while to make this video. Like I said in my 2011 video, I want to take my time with these videos just to make sure that I got everything for that year. Also, admittedly, making archival videos is still kinda new to me, so I'm more used to having the footage all prepared and just dumped into Premiere Pro and go on to edit from there. Kinda like what's going on with this portion of the video. But don't worry, I got this editing flow sorted, so hopefully the 2013 video will arrive sooner. Just in case, hit the subscribe button and notification bell just so you know when it's there. And that is it. Thanks for watching and see ya next time.